Right, Neale, I suppose a point up with Finn Harps on Sunday, probably looking for the 3 points in that game. But what a reaction like that in the squad?
I think we looked at it as a positive. I think that we a lot of people probably doubted us going up there, thinking that we get beat, we wouldn't have fight in us. But I think we showed that we did. For the first half, we were very good, created a few chances. Probably should have scored one or two of them. We didn't. And then after taking the lead, it's disappointing that we couldn't see it out and get the whole 3 points. But I think it's a positive that played well, and it puts us now in a bit of confidence now going into the Pats game.
Pats game is huge now. Pats are 7 points ahead of you after the weekend, but there's a 4-point gap between yourselves and Derry and Shelburne, and then Harps obviously a point above as well. So it's pretty close down the bottom there, but it's probably, I know we said it last week, but it's probably a must-win game now against Pats on Saturday.
No, we're just taking each game that comes. I'm not going to say any games must win. While the teams around us are dropping points also, then obviously the draw Sunday puts us a point closer to Shells with a game in hand. So we want to do our best against Pats, and if we can win the game, great.
Hi Neale, Mick Scully here in the Mirror. How are you? You well?
Hi, you all right?
How would you sum up the mood at the moment, just generally in the squad?
I would sum up the mood that we're determined to get out of the situation we're in. I think obviously everyone knows that we need to start picking up points, and the boys are all on board in trying to do that.
I mean, when you look at the 5 games you've got left, I mean, what are you seeing? It's obviously a tough running for everyone, the way the season has kind of transpired since the lockdown ended. But how do you see it for yourselves?
It's hard to say. Obviously, we've got some games. Every game tough. Every team. So we'll see that they're only a couple of wins away from Europe. So every game's going to be tough. There's no point in me trying to say that any game's going to be easy game. Every game's tough, as we've seen. So we're certainly going into every game, taking it every game individually, and trying to win every game and do our best in every match. So we're not pinpointing any game as we can pick up 3 points here or whatever. It's just every game we try and win.
And I suppose with time running out for the clubs kind of scrapping away down near the bottom, is it about keeping calm now, keeping composure? Is that a crucial part of it?
Yeah, I think football's always like that. I don't think there's any time for panic. That you've seen with the most consistent team at the moment, Shamrock Rovers. It's just the same thing every week, the same players, and just trying to do things consistently. And that's what down the bottom we're struggling to consistently put the same team out. Has been our problem so far. And when we've managed to get our team on the pitch that we feel is our strongest or close to our strongest, then we've done okay. So that's where we're going from now, and hopefully we steer clear of injuries, steer clear of suspensions for the last 6 games, and we can have a good go at it.
I get in. Neale, can you hear me?
Hey, I can only see half of you.
Yeah, that's enough. No wins now, Neale, in 4, your last 4, and with games running out. I mean, do you look at Saturday now against St. Pat's as maybe a game you have to win?
No, I just said it there. I think 3 out of our last 4 games have been away. Well, we've got 3 draws out of our last 4 away games, so we're certainly not looking to panic. I think that a couple of our last games have been against Shamrock Rovers, who have proven that they're a cut above everyone else. So certainly not panicking.
Yeah, I suppose, Neale, looking at your last few games, is it just a case of taking your chances and being a bit more consistent over the 90 minutes?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the game against Shells away, it was a tough one. We created a couple towards the end, but against Harps we should have took the lead in the first half. Probably could have countered it, but then when you're at the bottom and you're scrapping, once you go 1-0 up and there's 20 minutes left, we're a little bit nervy, and I felt that we didn't keep the ball well enough to kill the game off. And at any stage of any game, you're going to have a little bit of the opposition are going to have a time when you're going to have to weather the storm a little bit, and we didn't. We conceded a goal, and then the last 15 minutes under the cosh a little bit, but not too bad. But we needed to be better. Once we were 1-0 up, we should have had enough to see the game out.
Yeah, a lot of the games are tight, obviously. And are you expecting that to be the case again on Saturday against Pats, Neale?
Yeah, expecting it. They've got a really good defensive record. I think only Bowes and Rovers have got a better defensive record, so they're very tight at the back. They've struggled to score goals, but before the weekend, and then won 2-0. So it'll be a very tough game for us. But again, like I said, we're every game at the moment's tight. There's not a lot in the teams down there, so expecting a very tight game. Hopefully that we can do enough to win it, take our chances and win it.
Points wise, Neale, you think maybe 9 points would put you in a position to maybe escape the bottom two?
9 points from the next
6, yeah.
Next 6 games. We've gone a little bit higher than that. It's hard to say. You know, a lot of teams are drawing at the moment. If a team puts a couple of wins together, then obviously you probably need a few more. But I think that our points target we set at the start, we're a little bit behind that now, so we need to catch that up over the next 3 games.
Yeah, and you know, the performance for a lot of the game against Harps was solid. You create a lot of openings. If you can do that Saturday, it's just about taking your chances. Then, is it, Neale?
Yeah, it was encouraging. There was good signs. I thought that most of the players can walk off the pitch and say they gave everything. They played well, so that's what we wanted. On another day, you go 2 or 3 up, and the game gets a little bit easier. But if you don't take your chances, like I said in this league, you're always leaving yourselves open to an equaliser like it did, and then it becomes a little bit nervy. But I think that we showed that we've got enough quality in the squad to capitalise on the chances that we do create. But it'll be tough. Pats are a good team. Keep the ball well, and you know, got some really good players.